What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Ostrich Show. Today we're looking at some Masters of the Universe Origins Deluxe figures. So we have just a random collection of deluxe figures here we're going to put all together. So starting out, we got Ramman and Clampchamp from the Heroic Warriors. And then from the Evil Horde, we've got Mosquito, which looks really cool. And of course, they are deluxe, so they come with some additional accessories and are considered bigger figures and stuff. So they made them these deluxe versions. But also along with these, we're going to be looking at the Eternian Palace Guard. So we have this is kind of like an army builder of a palace guard. Looks sort of just like Man-at-Arms, but just random characters. And then we have this 2-pack of Teela with Zoar, which Zoar looks really cool, the big falcon. Teela we've seen before, but it comes with some additional accessories and stuff that I think will be cool. So we have these 5 different packs to look at, and I'm excited to check them all out. A lot of cool looking figures, especially with their cool accessories that they come with. So it just looks like a cool set overall. So let me get these all open out of the box and we'll take a look at them together. So we're going to start off with Ramman, which is a bulky heroic warrior that is a human battering ram with the ability to knock enemies and obstacles down with his hard helmet and springy legs. Now, when I watched the 2000 He-Man series, he was one of my favorite characters. I just loved his design and the toy and everything of it. So Ramman has always been one of my favorite characters, and I like this design as well. So he's a bigger, bulkier character, as I said. So he's got the fatter arms and body, the thicker legs, and then the big head as well. And as I mentioned, he has the hard helmet, so he's got this big steel helmet design, whatever it's supposed to be, but it's all metal and it has the chips and dents and stuff into it. I really like that. His face in there, you can see it's a little bit thicker, fatter face. He's got the nice armor designs over his shoulders with the chains going around, so that's pretty cool, connecting into the back and all the little bulb designs and stuff. A red shirt on underneath, you can see it's all tied up with the bulbs there at the bottom. Nice belt on with a skull on it. Some green leggings going into the thick boots, and then he's got some bracelets as well. So overall, he looks pretty cool, and as I mentioned, this has a function, so he's got the springy legs, so you can kind of bounce him up and down, so he's got the little springy legs in there. So I guess it's pretty fun. You're supposed to push it down and let him jump forward, so it can be like he's jumping or ramming into something. So that's pretty cool. But we can do his movements, so his head can twist around a little, just twist a little side to side there and move up and down. So not much movements, but the shoulders can come up to 90 and rotate around within there. We get the single elbow joint that bends to 90 with some rotation, and then of course the wrist can twist around and flex back and forth. No twist or anything in the body, but he does have some movements at the knees, so the knees can bend a little bit, maybe just a tiny bit there, so not much at all, but they have some twist in them as well, so they can twist around in there. So that's really all the movements we get, since because of his springs and stuff, we don't really get many other movements, but it's just enough for him. And he comes with a lot of accessories, so like a lot of these figures will. So he comes with an additional head, so we get this head, so it's more armored up and everything. It looks a little bit more shiny too, but we have this head. Let's try and switch out. So the head was hard to get switched around just because it's hard to grab onto it anywhere, but there's that head switch, and I think it looks pretty cool. It's nice adding the armor design in there and stuff, covering up more of his face, and I think that looks cool. He comes with an additional hand, so he has a grip and a fist, and he comes with an additional grip, so we have an additional grip that we can probably switch out for his weapons. And speaking of, he does come with 2 battle axes, so he's got this big broad battle axe and then a single bladed axe, so both of those look really cool. And what's cool about this is you can also connect them there if you want, so if you maybe want to have dual wield a big axe thing. But let's go and just try and put both of these in his hands. So there he is with both of those axes, and that looks pretty cool. So now he's a big bulky guy that has springy legs to ram and stuff, and then also carry some axes as well. So he looks pretty cool there overall for Ramman. And next up we have Clampchamp, which was a bodyguard for the king and queen and a guardsman of the royal palace. He's a master of capture with tremendous physical strength and the master of stealth with super hearing and sight. So he's pretty cool and more of our normal Masters figure. So he's a black character, so he's got the all black design stuff, very similar to what we saw with Sunman and stuff, but there's his face. He's got more of his teeth graded and the shorter haircut, and then of course the all dark skin. But then he's got a shirt on that's very similar to Fisto, just in this all light blue color with some silver up top. The same underwear all the characters wear, so the free underwear, it's an orangish red color with silver belt, silver bracelets, and then black shoes with the red fur on them. So overall, I think he looks cool. I love the colors of the red and that light blue color. Just overall looks good, but it's the same sort of Masters figure, so it's going to be the same as all the others. So the head can twist all the way around. You can look down that far and up that far, so not bad movements. Shoulders come up to 90 and rotate all the way around. We get the single elbow joint that bends to 90 with the rotation, and then the wrist can twist around and and flex back and forth. We get a twist all the way around at the waist. Hips can come up a little out to the side that far. Single knee joint that bends back to about 90 there, and there is rotation in it. We have a shin twist at the top of the boot, and then the foot flexes back and forth and twists side to side. So the same movements we've had with all the other masters, and we'll see probably multiple times this episode, but he comes with a lot of accessories as well. So first we get an additional head. So this one's got more of an angry face. So his teeth are still gritted, but his eyes are up higher and stuff. And I kind of like this head design. There's not much different between the two. I just overall like this head. It looks more angry and stuff. So let's switch this out. So there's that head switch. I don't think it'll like it on the body as much. Like as an individual head, I liked it much more, but on the body, I think it looks a little bit creepy, but we'll just leave it for now. And we get an additional hand. So we get a grip hand instead of this like open palm hand. So let's maybe switch this hand out as well. And for weapons, first off, we get this little clamp. So it's just this like handheld like clamp design, since like I said, it's the master of capture. So we get this little clamp piece we'll go ahead and put into this hand over here. And then we get his main weapon of like a power pincher. I don't know which one's the power pincher between these two, but he just comes with this like giant like clamp type thing. So it's a gun you can put into his hands, and has a little button right here so you can push on it. And these two pieces that almost look like mandibles from like a bug or something fold forward and can of course grab onto an enemy. So let's put this into his other hand. So that's going to be a big bulky weapon that's going to be hard for to get him to stand up with it and stuff, but overall I think it's pretty cool. Nice big like clamp there. So he's got this big clamp and this little one as well, so he can capture all sorts of enemies, which I think is pretty cool. And next up we have Mosquito, which is an evil energy draining insectoid cyborg with a pointed metal head with a needle on its nose piece, and it injects into its opponents and draws blood from them to charge up his own energy. So it drains the energy and blood from his enemies. And again, as the box said, it's a member of the evil horde, so part of Hordax group, and overall looks cool. So it's got this big giant head with the big eyes on it there, so it's supposed to be like a mosquito head. So it's got the very long snout with that like needle design as it mentioned there to draw the blood, so it can stick into the enemies and draw the blood out. Then we got the body that's mostly all black, which is a nice design, has some nice details and everything, so it looks different from what we've seen before. Some nice maroon color like shoulder pads and some red lines running through it. These are like fin designs, maroon colored gloves, purple belt with some smooth underwear designs in the triangle. It has an action feature I'll show in a second, but it's got some blood that'll pump through there. Black legs going all the way down to these boots that again are a new design we've not seen, so it has that triangle design in the red, and these big bulky silver boots that look pretty cool with a nice design there. So overall it looks pretty cool, but we can do the action figure. So there's like a little button thing here on the back. You just push and it makes the liquid move in its chest. So it's supposed to be like it's pumping blood. So like maybe it stuck somebody and now it's sucking in their blood. So it's kind of cool, I guess. Doesn't really do much, but it just adds some features in there, pumping blood. And overall the figure looks pretty cool. I like the design. It's big and bulky and stuff and comes with a lot of cool accessories we'll try out. But let's go and do the movements first. So the head can twist all the way around and it can look down that far and up that far. So pretty open up and stuff in there, so it can move quite a bit. The shoulders can come up to about 90, a little bit under because like stiffness, but can also rotate all the way around. We get the single elbow joint that bends to 90 with rotation, wrist twist around and flex back and forth, twist around at the waist, hips up a little out to the side there. Ooh, close to doing the splits. Single knee joint back to 90 with some rotation. There is rotation at the top of the boot. It's hard to get at the twist around there though. And then the foot flexes back and forth and twists side to side. So it's built a little different from the normal Masters figures, but it still has all the same movements. And for accessories, we get a lot of cool stuff. So first off, we got a hand for a grip hand, so we could switch that out if we want. We get an additional head, so we have this head that's more like mosquito-like or whatever you want to call it. So I like the eyes and stuff on it, so let's switch this head out. So there's that head, and again, I don't like the look of it as much on the body. I think this head fits a lot better with it, but overall, I love this head design just because it looks more realistic and not as crazy, but I feel on the body it doesn't work as much, so that's unfortunate. And I don't know what this head's supposed to be, if it's supposed to be from like a newer series or something, or if what it's designed after. Not exactly sure, but like I said, I think I actually like this other head more on the actual figure. And with that head, we get an effect, so we have this like blood pumping effect that we can just take and slide on the end, so it just clips on the end there, and then we can take and like wrap this around a figure, so we can grab a figure real quick. So I just grabbed Man-at-Arms, so there you can wrap it around like Man-at-Arms, so there he's sucking the blood out now, so you can have like that and then start pumping the chest like it's sucking it in and stuff. So that's pretty cool. He comes with that. It's a big effect that I don't really know you'd want to use or anything, but I think it's pretty cool. And finally, he just comes with a gun, so this nice purple gun design that will stick into his gun hand here. So there's that gun in Mosquito's hands, and I like that purple, like, nice contrast and set apart with the rest of the body, matches the belt and everything. So I think overall that looks pretty cool. So Mosquito, like I said, I like this other head more, but I think on the body it doesn't work as well, so I don't know what to do with that. So I'll just leave this head on here for now. But I think overall he looks pretty cool. Nice, awesome figure with the pump action and stuff. It looks pretty cool. So not a bad figure at all. And next up, we have the Eternian Palace Guard. So like the army builder packs, you can buy multiple of these, build out an army of the Palace Guards. But they are guards of the Royal Palace of Eternia and standing military that enforce the laws of the government. They're brave and noble warriors that were recruited by man-at-arms. And as you can kind of tell from what I just showed, they pretty much are man-at-arms. So we can go and bring that in. So here's man-at-arms, and you can see they're pretty much exactly that same base body. Just have like this red jewel painted on them, and then different armor designs overall, like the arms and everything are the same. Different chest plates though, but with this pack we do get the same chest plate, so you can pretty much build another man-at-arms if you want. Different helmet design as well, but man-at-arms of course is the leader of all of them. So overall it looks good. Like I said, pretty much man-at-arms, the all green body with the orangish yellow armor. So on both arms there, on the chest plate with that like bird logo. The helmet design, like I said, very much like man-at-arms, just has this face covering, so they make them more grunts, faceless characters. That red jewel painted on the center there, but still has the same underwear piece. And then armor down on the legs, has it on both legs this time with the green legs and the brown boots. So it pretty much man-at-arms, just with more stuff on him. And just like all the others, is going to be the same. We get the head that twists around, look down that far and up that far, so same movements. Shoulders can come up to 90 and rotate around. It's going to be hard with all this armor piece, but single elbow joint that bends to 90 with the rotation. The wrist can twist around and flex back and forth. Twist all the way around at the waist, hips up out to the side. Single knee joint that bends back to 90 and has the rotation around in there. Has shin twist rotation at the top of the boot, and then the foot flexes back and forth and twists side to side. So overall it's cool to get this as like an army builder, like I said, because you get different options. And of course we have all the armor that's already on him. He comes with additional armor, so if you want to make more of another like Duncan figure, we have the man-at-arms chest plate. So again, since it pretty much is man-at-arms, we get his chest plate, exact same design and color and stuff, so we have that. And speaking of man-at-arms, we get his same weapon as well, so we have this club weapon we can choose. And we even get an unmasked face, so without the covering, so this could just be the same guy without the covering, or you could use this as like a Duncan when he's shaved and stuff, so you could switch his head out and have it as him without the beard and everything. But I think it's just supposed to be an unmasked face. You can have multiple, with the head that's on it or with this head, so you can have different characters. But more for their basic weapons, we get their staff with the like axe on it. We've seen this weapon before, like Scareglow have this weapon, so we can put this in his hand. So there he has the axe, and then they also come with a shield in the silver, so we have the shield that we can put onto this hand. So there he is with the axe and that shield there, ready for battle to defend Eternia. And we did buy multiple of these, so we do have two, so we have another one here. We just don't have any of his weapons, but we do have two, so we at least have two to go along with man-at-arms. And then we have the Teela and Zoar pack, which the Zoar I really like and was much better than I thought it would be, but we'll look at Teela first just to get her out of the way. Overall, she's pretty much Teela we've already seen and looked at before, so nothing really different here, except I believe this is based off her 2000s He-Man series look, just because of the colors and her hair designs, but just with the brighter colors of the white and gold, like yellow gold, as well as her tiara design and her hair in the ponytail. It's not like the bun design like we've normally seen, and then as the boots with the white fur at the top. So I think she looks really good. I really love the look of this figure. And here's the old Teela, so you can see they changed the color. It's like a bit lighter skin tone, and then you can see that color change and stuff, and then the hair design difference there as well. So I do like that we have this, and like I said, it makes it stand out. And like I said, I feel it's more the 2000 series one. But we'll do her movements, so her head can twist all the way around. It can look down that far and up that far, so not the best movements. The shoulders can come up to 90, rotate all the way around. We get the single elbow joint that bends to 90 with the rotation. The wrist can twist around and flex back and forth. We have the twist at the waist, so it can twist all the way around. Hips come up out to the side there. Single knee joint back to 90 with the rotation. Twist around at the top of the boots, which it's hard to hit all the way around, but you can twist a little back and forth at least. And then the foot flexes back and forth and can twist side to side. So it's the same Teela as usual, just the different look here, like I said, from the 2000 series, but she comes with a lot of the same accessories. So we have like the snake piece that can go onto her if we want, as well as the same shield design. And then she comes with the same like snake weapon, but this time it's all yellow. It's like a see-through yellow, so that's pretty cool. And then she also comes with her sword. So let's put this sword in her hand to make it like the 2000s version. Now, unfortunately, this hand is not much of a grip, so it doesn't hold the sword very well, but there we can have it in her hand, so it'll probably fall out. But I think with that yellow color for the sword looks pretty good, especially with her body mixing in with that yellow. So she looks pretty cool there. But I think the star of this pack is definitely the Zoar. So I hope I'm pronouncing the name right. It said that it's supposed to be soar like a bird, just with a Z, so it'd be soar, but it's supposed to be the alternate falcon form of the sorceress, where her bird costume is designed from. So it's, supposed to look like the sorceress with the white, orange, and blue, and looks pretty good. And this is a nice, awesome bird design overall. I thought it was just going to be a stiff, like plastic bird that, just kind of sat around, but it's actually got really soft, like rubbery wings and stuff. stuff, and it has a feature to it. The tail's soft as well, but the head and the rest of the body are all stiff. It's got these feet, so you can kind of like clamp it on your hand or on the perch it comes with. But there's also a little button right here on the back of the leg that you can push onto, and it makes the wings flap. So it makes the wings flap there, which is pretty cool. So you can have it flapping around. That I think is pretty dang cool. So it's just a fun little toy to play with. And I was just sitting here going like this, making the wings flap, and then I realized there's the button that makes them flap. So, and they get flapping pretty good. So I like that a lot. Just a really awesome figure here. Not much to it, no other movements or anything, but I really like this design. And with this, it comes with some accessories. So we have the perch, as I mentioned. So we have the perch that we can put it up on. So you just kind of clip it up there, and it stands pretty easily just up there. So I like that, just how easily it clamped on. And then we also get some like battle armor or a battle backpack sort of thing on it that can clamp on. I don't know how to get this on all the way. I think you just slide it on and then have to sort of get the clamp piece here around this in between the tail and the body. So there I got it sort of clamped on. Again, don't know if that's how it's supposed to be or not, but it's on there and sort of gives it like this battle armor now. So that is pretty cool. I really like that design overall for Zoar. I just think pretty cool. The actual bird figure itself and the design's pretty cool with the additional like low armor piece, so it's ready for battle as well. So this mixed along with the Teela, like I said, that has the look from the 2000 series, which is what I watched growing up. So with that, it just makes this pack really cool, and I like it a lot. So there's all our figures from this wave of deluxe figures that I threw here together, where we got a lot of cool figures in this wave and good characters for the He-Man universe. So we got Ramman, Clamp, Champ, Mosquito, the Eternian Royal Guard, and then the Teela and Zoar 2-pack. And all are pretty good figures. Can't really complain about any of them. Of course, like the Eternian Royal Guard is pretty plain just because he's man-at-arms just with new stuff. But all the other figures are pretty cool. The Teela, of course, isn't necessary, but that Zoar is really cool. So I highly recommend it mostly for that bird. But all the other figures are pretty cool and unique and stuff, and not characters we've really had before. So I like a lot of these figures, and they're all pretty cool. Well, let me know what you thought of them down in the comments, and if you enjoyed this review, let me know with a thumbs up. I want to thank y'all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.